Hey guys, it's Crystal with Art It Out, and I am here today coming back at you with the face plates. I was talking about how I needed to make some new ones for my year in color journal. I'll put, if you haven't seen that, please go check it out. I'll put it up there in the corner. I'm really excited about it. And part of the art I do in there, I use face plates, and they're all ones that I make myself. And I was just saying how I needed to make some new ones. You guys are probably not going to see this very well. These are well used. Some of these are well used a lot. To the point of I almost need to have some buildup with the paint. So I'm actually going to probably fix a few of these areas that I know on my some of the plates that I use a lot needs. But yes, so you're probably not going to be able to see them much, but you can see what they look like. I've been using these for, gosh guys, has it been what is my start date? I can't even remember. Let me see. This is the journal, if you guys haven't seen. And my start date was 8/1, so 4 months. And it's gonna go. It's an all-year one, but that's the date I started doing it. And you can start a year if you're doing a year project. You don't have to wait for the first of the year. You can start it at any date. That's just when your year-end date will be. So I'm just kind of showing what they look like. You can actually see these printed on in that video up there. And they are in line of where I've used them from. So, like these back here, I don't use very much at all. Probably some of them maybe once. And that's okay. When I sit down to do these, why I'm doing this today is because I'm super happy, and one of my happy ones isn't just doing it for me. I'm not feeling it right now. New me, different me, I'm moving on, whatever it is. I need some new ones. So, a new face is emerging. So what do you need? You need some foam pieces. I prefer the sticky back foam with the sticker back. You know, we're going to peel it off, and this is why. Because this foam you get at Walmart or Hobby Lobby or Michael's, it is not as thick as the foam was when it first came out. It really isn't. And you guys are probably going, oh, yeah, you're probably, just not realizing. No, it's not. I had a piece of foam that I got from a few years ago. And when I say a few years ago, probably 4. Because it was even before I was into art, having an art life. I'm just going to say that, living an art life. Before I arted every day. And so it was literally, it's about the thickness of 2 of these put together, and that's what you guys got to do. If you don't buy the sticky back, which is fine, you can use glue and glue them together. You're just going to need to wait to make sure they get dry before you use them. I'm using a lighter color one because you guys can see me when I draw the face on it a little bit better. It's not perfect. I did have some without sticky back. It would just ended up being that I couldn't find the sticky back stuff. So I use my double-sided carpet tape is what I use. I do not buy the double-sided craft tapes because they're just too darn expensive. I buy the roll of double-sided carpet tape at like a home. I don't know what you even call it. This is where I'm having problems. That's why I peel it down, guys. Because some days I have problems lining up for some reason. And just pull it off. You have a better chance of it being more on there, like that. So, what else do you need besides some foam? You're going to need something to. Unless you're really feeling ballsy, you can go right in with it and use, this is a Link stencil cutter is what it's actually called, but it's just a heating tool, guys. Like a wood burner would work. I need to give you some new tips, but this one I got off, pretty sure off Amazon, if I can remember. I'll put the link down below. It was really cheap and it works really well for this. It's okay for stencil cutting. I wasn't really, that's what I bought. It was for a stencil cutter. I wasn't impressed. Now, if you don't have that and you still want to do this, great. You don't have to have that. That just makes it a little easier. And make sure if you are using a burning tool, you got a little fan going. Because, you know, you're burning foam. It ain't good for you. It ain't going to kill you right away or anything, but, you know. Well-lit area. Maybe a little fan. I got my little hot flash fan here, so that'll work. So, if you don't have this, I have been wondering about a dermal, using a dermal on here. And if you never use like a dermal, you can get all kinds of tips for it, from little bitty drill bits to sanders to this. You can get lots of different things for it. I think that'll be my next test on one of these, but not today. So this is actually a piece of my scrap that I ended up with, and this is cut exactly to my pages. So all I need to do is come on here, if I can find my knife. I'm cutting these to size, guys, is what I'm trying to do. And, oh my gosh, it's been hectic here. We just had my firstborn son had his firstborn son and firstborn child. And I'm not want to push hard because this is not a cut. This will, I don't want to screw up my mat. Basically. Anyways, I've been very busy. I haven't got to. Our schedule has been really kerfunkled this week. With, you know, with that and going to hospital and, you know, being there and just, you know, which is awesome. He is a beautiful baby. Both are doing wonderful. Mom and baby and dad. Mom really did just, she did an awesome job. I think she's going to be a wonderful mother, which I said that beforehand. So, just the type of how she is with Bentley. So I knew, you know, she's so patient. Probably more patient than me, because my kids took all my patience. My older the first round kids took all my patience. Anyways, so what are we doing here? That's why I'm kind of all over, guys. Not very synchy here, and it's because like I haven't gotten to art very much. I haven't even done a video in oh man. So let's get started. Most of the time I use a pencil to do this in, because I do I'll do it lightly and then have to go over with a pen to see more. And that's what I'm going to do right now. This is my page size. And just put a face on it. Do whatever you want. I looked at those before I started, and I shouldn't have, because I'm not doing it by feel. I'm doing it by kind of, I don't know. We're going to do a little different than normal. I don't know why. I go with I go with my instincts, guys. And my instincts right now is telling me you need to do this. So I'm going to do, and I'm used to using a pencil, so none of this, as long as you don't push hard, will come up. That's the key there. I am literally just kind of going for it. Don't know what yet I'm doing at all. And you just play with it, guys. You really do. To go with what you're feeling. Like I said, these are Faces of Me was, I know I'm calling it my year in color, but it really is Faces of Me. I don't know how to Dang. Yeah, so you can see my nose is not going to look like that. It is just a play. I'm just messing. Getting that face down is, right now, is just all you're doing. So yeah, I play with it a lot before I actually, because these are faces that I'm using, and then I need to decide, are you going to, all my faces so far have been a face plate, and that's the point of this one, as I go over what your lines are. So I'm going to go over all these lines to bring that. Now, if you were kind of doing like a stamp, you would do the opposite. Any of these lines you would leave, and you would cut out all the rest. That may sound confusing, but it really, once you see what I'm saying, I don't know why. I put this on just for giving me. I usually don't do their necks too much. And I've been doing this size. I like this size for this. I do. And you just make it work. I hope you guys can see some of that. I think you guys can. Now I'm going to go over it with a pen. Now this is where if you do not have a heat tool cutter like this, you can use a ballpoint pen, and you're going to just push really, really hard, and it will leave your marks, okay? I did this last time I shared how to make these faceplates. I'll try to remember it, but I probably won't. And it's not just, it's how it is. I'm going with her. Now I'm going to mark what I want. So this is where some of it might change up a little. So don't want her looking draggy, but I don't want her. Trying to make her look happy, because this is supposed to be a happy, one of my happier ones. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Let's see, this is where this. Now, like I said, if you're just using a pen, push really hard. You're gonna want to go over it a couple times. So I'm not gonna go over it a couple times. I'm just making the lines that I want to use the thing on. I don't think I want that. I already have that. And you don't want tons of detail, guys, because you're going to lose it. You really are. I'm not going to go through and do all the hair because I can see where my marks are. I'm okay with that. There we go. So, man, maybe I will because I want to erase because I've got so much going. Now, we're okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, it's literally going to burn it, guys. You just push it. And you really don't have to push. You just let it sit it and just go across. That did not turn out as good as I wanted it. That's too much, see? I talk and then I screw up. So I gotta quit talking while I do these things. And this pupil, I'm going to do the whole thing. And this is one reason why you need a double, because you'll go right through it and then you're just going to make a paint mess. So, and what I also said, it's good to have some different tips. I only have really this one and one other, so I don't have the option of, I need to buy some. But I will say the lighter the touch, the lighter it'll look. Oh. And I never really know what it's going to look like until I do a mark of it. So, and I was getting ready to actually do my my face for today, and I was like, no, none of these are just doing it for me. So here we are. Remember, you can always go back over, but you can't fill it in. That's not an option. So if you don't know, don't do it. Would be my suggestion to you. And be steady, because see, I just moved and it gave her a little wrinkle. She's got a wrinkle now. Now, what are the name of the baby is Leonidas, Michael, Lee, and then Kissman. But that's, at least, I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. I know it's going to be Leonidas. Otherwise, besides that, it's kind of up for grabs. And yeah. He is so calm. He reminds me of his father because his dad was very much like that. He just took in everything from the right away. He took in everything. Literally, he's day old, you know, he's got his head up, you know, looking around. Yeah, it's crazy. I got a picture of Dylan I was laying on my back and he's on my chest, you know, like after you breastfeed, you know, they're kind of laying there, and he literally, I've got a picture of him literally holding his head up completely and just looking up at me in my face. And it's funny because I've seen Leonidas do something similar, trying to do. He doesn't quite make it as much as his dad did, but his dad had a lot bigger head and a chunkier neck than he does, so. Which was good for the mom, because let me tell ya, I had so many stitches down there and swollen. It looked like I had a little penis down there. It was bad. So she was lucky. He has a smaller one. And TMI, right? All right, guys. I like that. So you're probably gonna go, okay, what now? Well, exactly what now? To see how it works, if it works and what you need to do, you know, to do more on, you're going to have to print it. Now, I have found these plates are easiest to print if you put it on a jelly plate and then print it off, which I'm going to do that because that's how I do my faces anyways. So here's my plate. I'm going to back up because you guys aren't going to see nothing right now, are you? Okay, I'll try to push up a little bit. So, let me get a piece of paper. Yeah, I wasn't thinking when I started this. I normally don't, though. Remember, guys, I go by the seat of my pants. Alright, we'll just use this, because I know it's probably going to need to be messed with. That's why I'm not all gung-ho about getting a different plate, you know? I'm just going to grab this blue. I haven't used it in a while. I'm not even going to mess around. I'm just putting some paint down. Excuse me, guys. And then we're going to, okay, put it on there and then stamp it like that. This is just, it's easier for me when I'm doing lots of colors. When I'm done with this, I will put a piece of tape on the back because it helps lift, because without it, you're like, you got to grab and it's chance of tearing your plates if you don't put some type of handle or something on the background. and way cleaner. Now see how that, I see the white, I know. I'll go like that. Okay, we're gonna set it down. Normally I don't use the plate like this, I just use my hand and rub, but I don't want to push down in places that need it, so this is the best way. Something flat. If you don't have something like this, use a book, but something flat, that way you're not making the grooves deeper or something that may show, might not show. Anyways, and here we go. Oh my goodness, I'm getting freaking good at this. Oh, yes. Her little bottom lip here, I see, needs to be a little bit, maybe just a little bit more. I like it. I like it a lot. So basically her mouth. So I'm going to go in. You could, if you want, wipe it off. I'm not too worried about it, but let me see. There we go. I'm just going to stamp it off, get that little excess off. Use the same thing. Let me move this out of the way where I don't bring you back in. Like I said, I'm going to go like that. Just a little better. Do the mouth a little bit thicker. I may go over the whole thing a little more. But it looks really good. I like it. I really do, guys. She's good for me. So there you go. I made one that